What's ETCG doing? Yeah, this thing had a big... Wow, it actually hit 52 bucks on Friday. Nice. I said it's gonna hit, it could hit 50. But yeah, that was pretty damn close. 41% unwind, not bad. This is what OTC stocks are known for, these big one-day unwinds. Nasdaq stocks are not as good at it. Yeah, slippage hit difference in a slow market, it's true. Like last year, I had enormous slippage on stuff. But I mean, I didn't even notice it since, you know, it felt like having Fed in your pocket. But now, when I'm threading water, it kinda hurts a bit more. It makes you think a little bit more. And also, I don't have as many positions, so it's easier to manage them manually. Like right now, I have 6 positions. Like throughout last year and early this year, like I used to have 15, 20, 25 positions all the time. It's usually a bit harder to manage. BGFV is not a parabolic. And this thing, for those of you who trade these small microcap stocks, this thing had a perfect EP last week. You know, you gotta stay on top of these things. This is not a parabolic. It's up 60% in what, 4 days? Nah, I wouldn't say it's a parabolic. There could be like a day trading opportunity into the short side if it gaps up, but I don't know. Not really for me. I think BNTX could be a better one because it had this big move, big retracement, and now it's had a big 3-day bounce. I think it could have a mean reversion back to the 10-day or maybe even the 20-day. There could be like an opportunity here. They reported pre-market insanely good earnings as expected. That's why it's been running over the past year, but so it's not really a surprise anymore. But I'm not sure if I'm gonna do it or not yet. RHE on the hourly, yeah, it's kind of flagging on the hourly. Yeah, it right now it looks like it wants to go way higher. I hope it does. Or if it can go sideways for a few days, I may consider it as a long. But right now it's no play for me either way. TMSD, maybe. I don't really. It's not a good setup. Some of these commodity names are getting really extended, like NUE steel name and FCX copper name. They're kind of getting a little bit extended. Vale, GGB. They all had big runs over the past month or 3 weeks. Yeah, BNTX classic 3rd-day bounce failed. This is the most profitable day trading setup. If you need to learn one setup, it's this type of mean reversion setup. But yeah, the crypto market, like if you have 2 brain cells and understand the basic TA, it's been, I mean, the opportunity. Just Doge had like 2 high tide flags. The first high tide flag, the stock went up like 1,000% in a couple of weeks, and the second high tide flag, the coin tripled. I mean, just look at how perfect we've gone through this. Look at this thing. Made a big move, orderly pullback. Started surfing the 10-day, built higher lows, and then it had this breakout out of the range. Look at the move it made. It went from 6 billion market cap to 60 billion, 1,000% move. Had an orderly pullback, undercut, reclaimed the 20-day, started building higher lows. Look at how tight it got, and then broke out of this range and went from what, 39, well, say 40 billion market cap to 96 billion, more than a double. Man, those are insane moves. Like I've said before, if you learn the high tide flag setup, oh boy. The mean reversion short setup is the most profitable day trading setup, and the high tide flag is the most profitable swing trading setup. Those flags are so short. Oh, sure. I mean, the things that have these explosive moves, you don't need a multi-week flag. Like this thing went up like I mean, it went up 1,000% in 2 days. And then it pulled back, and this flag was what? 5 sessions? That's more than enough. And this flag was only like a couple of weeks, 2 weeks maybe. I mean, for something that moves this explosive, you don't need multi-week, multi-month flags. Explosive names, explosive instruments, they usually don't flag. You're not gonna wait around. And here we have the most profitable day trading setup. And I would say it's the second most, or the second best swing trading setup. No, it's not. It's the third best. The mean reversion short. I would say EP is a better swing trading setup than this. This would come in the third place. At least for me personally. Still haven't covered a single share. When it gets closer to the 10-day, I'm gonna start covering. Or this like mid 180s, I'll cover up a tiny bit. I'm gonna try to go for a bigger move on it. It was a little bit thin, so I didn't get the size I wanted. There's no way I'm gonna pick up day trading crypto. I'm too old to day trade. I have better things to do with my time. I want to trade with minimal effort to make as much money as possible. That's my life goal right now. Or not life goal, but my trading goal, my professional life goal. Day trading like a degenerate? Not really a goal. Okay, let me put it this way. I'm too rich to day trade. Day trading is a young man's game. And it's, you know, day trading for people with small accounts. And usually those two go hand in hand. Okay, I want to scale my account. Like, first I want to get to that 100 million level. And you know, I only need like a couple of really nice trades to get to the 100 million. And those are not going to be day trades. Those are going to be swing position trades. And once I get there, I'm going to try to figure out how to get to, say, 200 million. And it's not by day trading, I can tell you that much. So IWM is still stuck in the range here. But man, this thing looks so juicy on both the daily and the weekly. Now BGFV is starting to get extended. And if it closes strong today and maybe say gaps up tomorrow, that could be a mean reversion setup. The most profitable day trading setup. Now it's getting a little bit extended. I also had a bit of bad luck, like FCX for example. Like I was all over it. I think I had it here. Yeah, I had it here. It went up a little bit, then it stopped me out. And then I never rebought it when it broke out here and here. And X2, didn't I have? Yeah, this one I had too. I had it here, stopped me out a few days later, and then it went. Then it broke out again, I was going straight up. It's so annoying. I was all over these, but then I got just stopped. And I also, the oil gas, like I was looking at the X up when it bounced off the 100th day on this day here. And I just never pulled the trigger. So there's been some pretty big opportunities. I just kind of had some bad luck and I passed on some of them. Little bit annoying. Little bit annoying. And SQM, now it's finally going. This one I didn't give up on. And again, this is also, it's a tiny position. It's really a small position. Like I need this thing to double for me to make any meaningful money. Like I really need it double. It's not even gonna be worth it otherwise. I didn't realize it before, but I've come to the conclusion that many of these ETFs, even though they don't trade a lot of volume, are in fact really, really liquid. Like EDC, for example. I bought it on Friday, I got stopped out today. Like the trades, like on Thursday, traded 45,000 shares. But you can do, I mean, you can do enormous size on this thing without even moving it. You can even see my buys and sells. This is where I bought it. And these two spikes here are where I sold it. Like I doubled the daily volume on this thing on Friday. More than doubled it on Friday and today too. So you know, they don't trade as stocks. They can be super liquid even though they're very thin. Same thing with this HEQ. I mean, you can see where I bought it. Like, and there's not much slippage at all because they're kind of super liquid. So what I did with my ETF scan, I lowered the dollar volume requirement to 10 million from like 100 million down to 10 million. Because I realized a lot of these things are very liquid. So I just went through like 300 ETFs on, I think it was Saturday, and looked through them. And man, there's a lot of, like, this URA ETF too. Like, I mean, this was a 5-star setup, and looking back at it, like, man, I should have been all over it. The Steel ETF, man, they had several 5-star setups along the way. I mean, just look at this. Had a nice linear move, orderly pullback, the rising 50, started building higher lows. Look how tight they got, and then it had this range expansion candle, this breakout candle. And you know, you can trail it with the 20, you can trail it with the 50-day, whatever. Since these are more, you know, oftentimes like slower moving things, it's maybe better to trail it with a 50. And you know, it's just that they had another bounce off the 50-day and this big like candle. And now these commodity ETFs are kind of extended. When you check the individual stocks in an industry, yeah, sure. If I see good setup in a stock, I look at what sector industry it's in, and I'm trying to look at what the other stocks in that sector industry look like. Because you never want to buy, you know, something that's just random. You want the whole sector to look good, the whole industry. Like, for example, the oil and gas names lately, or the steel names. Like, they've all been going. They all had 4 or 5-star breakouts a few weeks ago. It's not like 1 or 2 names. They all moving. That's what you want to see. It's the same thing with the tech and software names last year. They all went higher. Or a lot of them, at least. Not all of them, obviously. There's always some laggards in every sector, but NMM flag, it needs more time. The 20-day needs to come up here. It's already getting extended. Like, you know, it's you want to find these things fairly early. And it's even better if the 50-day catches up. This SMH looks great. The semiconductor ETF looks great on the weekly. Right now it's range bound, but it retested the rising 100-day, undercut it, and now it's reclaiming and built another higher low. That's exactly what you want to see. I think in maybe later this week there could be a 5-star setup in this thing. Airlines, yeah, this is a sloppy one. Yeah, AAL kind of I was thinking about doing it on Friday, but it just didn't look right. I don't know. Yeah, they're kind of grinding higher. Also, cruise line. Wait, not this one. SCCL. What's the other one? RCL? Nah, they look sloppy. Nah, I don't know. They don't look tight. This one looks best, I guess. Like, if you look at Tesla, for example. Tesla setup back in November last year, which I played. Like, this is similar to what GBTC and Russell looks like right now. Rocket Launchpad. Or a site. Or whatever you want to call it. NUE could be a short setup. Starting tomorrow. It's up. How many days is it up in a row? That's a lot of great days in a row. But on the other hand, it did really start moving until here. But it's had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days in a row from where it broke out to this base. Not a huge move. Only 25%. Nah, never mind. Nah, no, never mind. It's a very slow moving. Well, you could trade it, I guess, but it's a slow moving name. Oh, this is the ETF I was looking at. Lithium ETF. This is the one I tried to find before. It's flagging nicely. Needs a little bit more time, I guess. Extremely low ADR. A lot of these ETFs have the low ADRs, but they move kind of smoothly. Look how nicely it surfed the 10-day. Once it broke out of this flag. Made a 60, well, pretty much a 70% move in a couple of months. K-Web breakdown, was it tradable? well, I mean, if you see a good setup here, absolutely, you can trade anything. For me, it's kind of hard to identify a setup here, but I do see a bear flag here. And it broke down on this day. That was kind of a entry for a potential short if you're into shorting these types of setups. And there was a bear flag here, but I'm not really sure how you would have traded it. It wasn't really that great of a flag. If UVXY could go negative, I don't think it will go negative. I mean, it's programmed to go to 0, but they always reverse split it. So it's never gonna go to 0. It's never gonna go to 0. I mean, look at this thing. It just reverse splits. Goes down 70%, 1 to 10 reverse split. Goes down another 80, 60, 70%, 1 to 4 reverse split. Let's look at logarithmic chart. Goes down another, this, I don't know, like 90%, 1 to 5 reverse split. Goes down another 80%, 1 to 5 reverse split. Goes down another 63%, 1 to 4 reverse split. Goes down another 71%, 1 to 5 reverse split. And they're probably gonna do a reverse split again. Just like it did on VXX, just like a few weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. They 1 to 4 reverse split it. And I think they're gonna do it on UXY too soon. It's getting low priced. I think it's in a few weeks they're gonna do a reverse split on this thing. Yeah, anytime something gets hot, there's sympathy plays popping up. Everyone is trying to, cash in on something, especially if they missed it. If you miss the main play, you can see it in the stock market all the time. A sector gets hot and suddenly all of these shitty companies that capitalize on every hot trend, they're putting out PRs. Hey, we're doing this too. Look at us. It's the same thing. It's just human behavior.